Hey Focus friends, in this video, I'm going to share a magical and inexpensive tool that I use regularly to stop procrastination in its tracks, do something productive when I kind of don't feel like it, Sunday morning anyone? And have even used it to increase healthy behaviors like meditating or cooking. Sunday cooking anyone? So in this video, I'm going to tell you about this tool, the exact situations when I use it. I'll walk you through the sign up process and show you how to get the most out of the tool, including maybe even working with me sometime. So this magical tool is called Focusmate.com, and what it allows you to do is to book a virtual co-working session with a complete stranger. Now, I'll give it to you. It sounds a little bit weird at first, but it's incredibly effective. It takes advantage of a popular concept in the ADHD world these days called body doubling. So the system automatically pairs you with another human being at your scheduled time. So you log on at your scheduled time and you both have your video on, and then you say what you're gonna work on and you go on mute. But because you've left your video on, it's sort of like a study session, or even just being in a coffee shop with a friend where you're both working independently, but just the presence of the other person there has you stay focused. And I'll go even further to say that it's actually a little bit better than working with a friend a lot of the time, because with a friend, the temptation to talk and to chat is a lot higher. Whereas with a stranger on Focusmate, you're on basically a one-to-one video call with this person, and you don't really have much to chat about, and they probably want to get to work, so you just say what you're both gonna work on, you say hi, and then you just dive right in, but you leave your camera on. And if you're gonna step away to go to the bathroom, you type BRB in the chat. And what I've found for me is that there are two main situations where it's beyond incredibly effective, and the only reason that I might do something where in the past I would do not something. So the first situation is when I want to do something, but I also kind of don't want to do it. A classic time for me is Sundays. On Sundays, I have a standing task to do week planning for the upcoming week. But what happens is I drag myself out of bed Sunday morning and I kind of just want to do nothing. However, I've discovered that my weeks tend to be a lot worse when I don't have a plan going in, and planning Monday morning doesn't really give me the same benefit. What to do? Focusmate to the rescue. Dun, 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 dun. Do I have sweaty pits? So I hop on and pretend today is Sunday. Maybe I book myself a Focusmate session at 11. So then I tell myself, okay, great. It's a 50-minute session coming up at 11. I can relax until then. And I know that that'll be a sufficient amount of time to get my butt in a chair and get me to plan out my week. The other situation in which I religiously rely on Focusmate is when I am lucky enough to have a big block of open time to do desk and creative work. Unfortunately, with my ADHD brain, if I have 4 hours open on my calendar to do desk work, I am going to procrastinate the crap out of it. This is again where Focusmate comes to the rescue. I book a slot early in that long block of things to do, and that gets me to at least get started on the work. If desired, I can also book additional sessions in that window. So let me show you how to get started using the tool. Before I do, I just want to mention one other use case because it's so important. A lot of people, including myself, have used Focusmate for non-desk work. So think meditation or cooking or house cleaning, or probably even exercising. Having the scheduled body doubling session makes us able to do those things that we otherwise would put off in favor of more fun things. I love sitting on the couch. Okay, so let me show you their website, how to navigate it, how to get started, and how to get the most out of this incredible tool. Here's Focusmate.com. They've got some of their stuff. They've got a little bit of the science behind it, which I totally subscribe to and support. They've got a very simple 1, 2, 3. You book a session, you launch it, and you get your shit done. A little bit of the awesome story of Taylor, the founder. And according to internal surveys, 93% of users say it had significant improvement in their productivity. I would be in that 93%, and my assertion is that most of us ADHDers will be as well. So let's go to the top here and sign up. Signing up is very simple. Set it up. So email address, let's see, Aron@hiddenadd.com. Password, type password, and then sign up with email. And then what you can see up here is create profile and set goal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip to the account I already have and show you what those settings look like. Okay, great. So this is the account that I currently have. When you log into Focusmate, what you see is your dashboard here. And this is where you can select amongst the sessions that you want to book. Now, one of the great things about Focusmate is they're very good about matching. I've never booked a session and didn't get a match. So even though right now it is Tuesday at 10:33 a.m., if I want a session at 10:45 a.m., I can select it and book it, and it's matching me. It'll match me certainly before the session starts. Now, what's great is you can sign up for free and get 3 free sessions every single week. That was where I started. Then I signed up for Focusmate Turbo, which was very inexpensive, like a few dollars a month. I don't even remember the exact details. Now, I told you that I would show you the profile settings. So if we want to come in and edit our profile, you basically have the chance to edit all of these fields. If we go into edit profile, my most important project is growing hidden ADD, where I'm working, Chicago baby, low-key tech, tiny habits. As you guys know from watching the channel, I'm a big Dr. Benjamin Hardy fan. The stuff I'm terrible at, administration spreadsheet, you don't need to put all these details. It's just a fun thing. My biggest pet peeve is if my Focusmate partner shows up late, I'll tell you a new feature they've added that's fixed a lot of that. And oh, look at me, a 100% timeliness score. So that's that. I'll actually share with you my URL if you want to see when I have sessions booked, and you can potentially do a co-working session with me. So as you can see, they're still matching me here, but they'll absolutely get me matched. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this so that I don't screw up whoever might be waiting for me. So they give you some very simple guidelines on how to use the tool. For instance, when you start a session, you greet the other person in a friendly way, and then you both share what you're gonna work on during the session, and then you ask if you're both good going on mute, which I always like to do, and then you just get to work. Then when the session ends, there'll be a very pretty bell. Oh, that was a terrible bell. And you both take a minute to debrief what you got done, how the session was, and thank the other person for working with you. So let me hear from you in the comments below. Have you used Focusmate before? And if so, what do you think about it? Or are you gonna give it a try? Now, I wanna let you know about 3 awesome videos that I have coming up. I'm gonna share what I learned when I tried to retire at the age of 22. I'm gonna tell you what my experience has been when I've had too high of a dose of Vyvanse, Adderall, Ritalin, and Concerta. And I'm gonna tell you what I learned from unplugging my television. So those are all coming out in the next few weeks. If you don't wanna miss when those drop, please subscribe. And if you haven't already, click the bell and select all notifications so you find out when those videos come out. As always, if you got value from this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't heard my story about going from Harvard to broke, divorced, and earning minimum wage, I highly recommend that you check out that video, as well as this other video about ADD productivity and success. Thank you, Focus friends. I love you. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Be good until then.